It's been 6 whole years. 6 years of waiting. 6 years of hoping. 6 years of trying. What do I do? Why? Why is it a struggle to get and keep a job? Why am I always failing at work so that I end up losing it? It feels like a trap. Like it's difficult to maintain godly standards in workplaces. Because of my constant job loss, I feel like a disappointment to myself and to my family. I have to fight to end this cycle. In fact, that is it. I'm done feeling sad and pity for myself. When the next opportunity I get, I'm grabbing it and I'll never let it go for any reason.
Sheila, you're back already? How was your interview?
It was great. I aced both interviews and I got both job offers. Now I have the privilege of choice.
You got not just one, but 2 offers? Does it work that way? Or is it because you're a medical doctor? Because I'm wondering why your elder sister hasn't gotten a good job offer since her 6 years of searching, while you got 2 with the first trial.
No, Mum. It's not exactly because I'm a doctor. Anyone in any profession can also face such challenges. I think I'll say it's just favor.
Favor? Well, that is awesome. I pray the same favor finds your sister too. So, since you got 2 offers, can you accept both? Or you'd have to choose one.
I cannot combine both 2 jobs at once. I decided I'd go for the one that pays better.
Great. Congratulations, dearest.
Thanks, Mum. Let me break the news to my sister Mercy. Mercy, I got it. I got both offers.
Wow, you got 2? When I cannot even get one is 6 years? Congratulations. I'm happy for you.
Thank you. You know that you don't have to feel bad, right?
Sheila, there's no need to say that. I feel bad already, and trying to convince me otherwise will not change anything. Make an analysis of the situation in your mind, and tell me if you wouldn't feel the same. I acquired a degree in marketing 6 years ago, and since then, I have nothing to show for it, except working as a waitress, a cleaner, or doing jobs that nobody else would want. Worst of all, each job is always like a setup, where I end up doing something that doesn't flow with the tide, and then I get fired. Currently, I'm unemployed, and here you are, having 2 wonderful opportunities presented to you. I always thought that I was in the wrong profession. Maybe if I was a medical doctor also, I wouldn't go through this situation.
Do you know that I'm proud of you? Yes, I'm proud of you because you'd rather maintain your relationship with God than do what everyone else is doing when they know they're wrong. To me, that is rewarding and more fulfilling. Having the courage to stand for your faith is the best thing you could do for yourself and for others who may be watching and learning from you. That alone has made me resolve to do same. I have and will always evaluate my actions to ensure that I'm doing what is right and acceptable to God.
If that is as wonderful as you make it sound, then what's my reward? Job loss?
James 1:2-3 encourages us by saying, "Count it all joy, my brothers, when you meet trials of various kinds, for you know that the testing of your faith produces steadfastness." I want you to be encouraged and not given now to temptations. When you're actively working for God, He'll reward you. Even if you do not see the reward now, know that He's doing something.
All right. Congrats anyway. Thinking about what Sheila said, I should go out and speak to people about God's kingdom and His righteousness. After all, there's nothing more important to do with my time, and doing His work is far more valuable. Come to me, all you who are weary and burdened, and I will give you rest. Take my yoke upon you and learn from me, for I am gentle and humble in heart, and you will find rest for your souls. For my yoke is easy and my burden is light. Jesus is offering rest to those who are tired and carrying heavy burdens, inviting them to learn from His humble and gentle heart and find true rest for their souls. He is calling you today. When you hear His voice, will you let Him in?
Hi, I am Kelvin. I've been watching you from the other side of the road, and I've seen the way you speak persuasively about what you believe, and I can feel the zeal in your voice as you get people's attention. I think you have a great skill in marketing, and you will be a great asset in my business.
Oh, thank you. What business do you do, sir?
I'm the manager at C&F Homes, a real estate company that specializes in renting and selling properties, especially residential homes. You seem like you're very good at marketing. Have you worked as a marketer before?
No, I haven't. But I hold a degree in marketing.
Oh, great. Here's my business card. I want you to reach out to me if you're interested in joining my business marketing team.
Okay, I'll consider it and get back to you, sir. I cannot contain my excitement. As I stepped out to preach in the street corner today, a man approached me and introduced himself as a manager. Then he went ahead to request that I reach out to him to join his marketing team.
Whoa! That's the first of its kind. That's great news.
Yes, it is. This is my very first time of receiving an offer that is relevant to my degree. It feels like a burden has just been broken off my shoulders.
Congratulations, sister. I'm also very excited to hear that.
Mercy, it's wonderful to have you in my marketing team, and I really have a good feeling about having you here.
Thank you, sir. I like it here already, and the people are very welcoming. It's almost beginning to feel like home.
Home? Isn't that a bit too hasty? I don't want you to be in a haste, especially in settling in. Part of the requirements for you to become a full member of this team is that you have to sell at least one property as assigned to you within a given period of time. What I'm saying in essence is this: you will be given a target to meet within a certain time frame. If you meet it, you'll be considered a member of the team, but if you do not meet my expectations, you'll be laid off. We do this because you're here as a marketer, so you have to prove yourself worthy to be a member of our team.
So that means the first sale I make here is the most important one?
I didn't say so. Every sale you'd make is equally important, but this first one gives you full access here. For now, it's safe to say you're on probation. So, I'll put everything together and assign to you your first project.
Okay, sir.
Mercy, how's it going? I hope you're settling in well.
Yes, Aaliyah. Thanks for checking on me. I'm just going through the project that was assigned to me and thinking about the best approach for marketing it. So far, I can say that it looks like an arable land, and that might be my focus.
Arable land? I don't think that's a good idea. Most of our clients are looking for homes or lands that can be converted to a home. Telling them about the arability of the land is completely out of point because you're encouraging them to go into agriculture, which is not very common among our clients. I'd advise you shift your focus.
Really? I thought the land was more suitable for agriculture. All right, thanks. I'll consider that.
Hey sis, welcome back. How was your first day at work?
It was okay. I was assigned the task of selling an acre of land within 2 weeks, or I lose the job.
In just 2 weeks? That's a daunting task.
Yes, just 2 weeks. The bigger challenge is that I strongly feel the need to advertise the property as prospective for agricultural purposes, but my colleague thinks it's a horrible idea. She's advising me out of the wealth of her experience to strictly advertise it as a potential building site. Now I'm wondering what to do. Do you think my instincts can be wrong?
Like I'll always advise, pray and follow the leading in your heart. As a Christian, you don't have to separate your faith from your work. She might be right because she's speaking from experience, but you have an advantage, and that is the Holy Spirit. It could be that God is the one leading you to advertise it as an arable land for agriculture, because obviously He sees and knows things that we humans don't. What if that particular property has been difficult to sell because every other person saw and advertised it as a building site? That's why you should make use of your advantage. If you're led in another direction, then follow your lead.
Right? I should do that. So what about you? How was work today?
As you can see, I just got home too, and it wasn't good at work. As a matter of fact, I'm currently jobless. I was fired today. Jobless? Fired? How? I was asked to carry out an abortion just because the lady involved didn't want to keep her precious little baby. But I refused to be a part of such a heartbreaking act. As a result, I was dismissed from my duties. Today was actually my first time discovering that my workplace does abortions. So you were fired because of that minor issue? You know you could have done it, right? After all, it's the mother's choice. There's no way in the world I'd do that. Such is murder, and I can never be a party to that. My concern is the baby whose life is forcefully taken away because of selfish reasons. I refused because my faith warns against that, and just because a mother says end that innocent life doesn't make it okay. Sheila, do not follow that path. The idea of standing strong for your faith and speaking against unrighteousness is good, but most of the people you'll meet and work with do not understand these things, and as a result, you will suffer because you'll keep losing opportunities. I've done that for 6 years, and I can say that it's one of the most difficult things to do. I understand how challenging it can be fighting to make the right decisions concerning your work and faith, but I know that a healthy relationship with God is something worth fighting for. So at the end of the day, I choose to live for God and to stand against what is evil wherever I go, all the days of my life. I've warned you. You'd better listen so that you won't end up like me, job hunting after 6 years.
This is the property. As you can see, this 5-acre arable land in a fertile valley offers great farming opportunities. It's just 2 kilometers from the major highway, with easy access to markets and essential services. Plus, it's close to water sources, schools, and local amenities. Whether you decide to farm or build on it, you will be making a wonderful decision, and in many years to come, you will continue to reap the benefits.
I think I prefer the idea of farming on it. I initially planned to build, but seeing this property, I think I'll have to build some other time in another location. This has awakened my passion for agriculture once again, and I must thank you for making this suggestion. Nobody else has ever suggested this to me before.
Thank you. Now that you're considering purchasing this property, how many acres would you like to buy, sir?
Wow. I knew you were good at this job. That is why I picked you. Honestly, I am amazed because you didn't just sell the property in such a short time, but you sold more acres than expected. And permit me to add that that has been one of the most difficult properties to sell. So many of your colleagues have tried to sell that at different times, but nobody has ever agreed to buy it. Well done. Now you're welcome to the team.
Thank you, sir.
I have another offer for you, and this one I'm sure you'd find exciting. It's exciting because you will get a 5% commission from each sale you make. You can go for now. I'll keep you informed.
All right. Aaliyah, what's happening? I've watched you walk to and fro the office this morning. You've been moving things from one place to another. Is there something going on that I'm not aware of?
I was going to tell you anyway. I'm leaving. The reason I've been walking around is because I'm arranging my personal belongings.
Leaving? As in quitting?
Yes, dear. I do not want to get involved in any kind of fraudulent activity. My religion teaches against that, and my conscience will not allow me do otherwise.
What fraudulent activity are you talking about?
You haven't heard? The news will get to you soon. By the way, congrats on making your first sale. Our manager asked me to sell a house in the estate to its occupants so that they can become the owner of the property and wouldn't need to pay rent anymore. But I learned that we're no longer liable to make such sales because the property now belongs to the government.
Do you mean the Mountain View estate? I learned this company is in charge of that property.
Not anymore. The government declared interest in that area and bought out the estate because they intend to construct a road along that path in the future. But the present occupants are not aware of this yet. In fact, people in this office are not aware of this development. That is why the management is trying so hard to make double gain by making the occupants buy the property they're occupying, oblivious of the fact that the investment is a fraudulent transaction. When Mr. Kelvin asked me to sell one of the buildings, I decided to quit peacefully. He'll continue to use the uninformed to carry out this fraudulent act until he has sold the last one of those properties. I don't know how he intends to get away with this, though. I guess he'll disappear and leave the company to suffer after he's taken all the stolen money. I've worked with him for several years, and I can tell you that he has always been a greedy man.
Wow. That's terrible of him to defraud those innocent people of their money.
Exactly. That's why I'm running away.
This is my way of saying thank you for advising me to follow the leading of the Holy Spirit as it was laid in my heart. It worked, and it turned out to be exactly what you said. Others have struggled to sell that same property.
Thanks for listening to your little sister, and thanks for bringing me out here today. I'm happy that you're no longer on probation.
Today, my Muslim friend Aaliyah quit her job because she was asked to sell a property based on fraudulent documents, and I suspect that is the same property my manager wants me to sell, after which I'll get a 5% commission money on each sale.
Why are you saying this with a smile on your face? Please tell me you're not putting that into consideration. Are you?
Why not? Do you know how long I've been quitting my job because I'm avoiding sin? And do you know what 5% commission money will do for me? Of course I'm taking it. After all, the sale will be made in the name of the company, not mine.
No. 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 You will not do that. There's no room for complacency as a believer. It doesn't matter what is at stake. You will not do it. Sis, now is the time to speak up for yourself. Have you forgotten where your boss found you? On the street, preaching about God's kingdom and His righteousness. Now and always is the time to show that righteousness. You are the light of the world. Let your light so shine before men, that they may see your good works and glorify your Father which is in heaven. What you're about to do is not good works, and it'll not bring glory to God. On the contrary, it'll discourage people from serving God when they hear that you're a Christian, and defrauding people will bring pain upon the people involved, which can make them declare evil upon you. If your Muslim friend can reject a juicy offer for the sake of her religion, why won't you reject the same offer for the sake of the one who died to redeem you from sin? This is why 1 Corinthians 9:27 says, "But I beat down my body and bring it into subjection, lest by any means after that I have preached to others, I myself should be reproved." In order to deaden the things of the flesh, you sometimes have to beat your body by denying it unnecessary pleasures of life that it desires, so that the Spirit of God in you will have preeminence in your life. That is how you put to death the deeds of the flesh.
You, my little sister, are wise. But this time, I'll have to go against your advice. I've been there, and I've done that. And honestly, it pays to serve Jesus. I want you to understand that I'm not denying my faith. I promise that it's just this once, and I'll not sell any of those fraudulent properties again.
No. By doing that, you're already denying the faith.
Mercy, now, concerning the deal I spoke to you about the other day, I want you to meet with a very important client this evening. This client is currently seeking to purchase one of the units in the Mountain View estate, and as you know, our company is in charge of the estate, and recently, we've been selling the units and getting the occupants to purchase the house they're occupying as a way of helping them become homeowners.
Sir, is there any reason for these sales?
How dare you ask such questions? This is a business premises, which means that everything we do here is business. Why should I have another reason for selling homes to people and making them homeowners?
I'm sorry for asking.
Good. So, are you willing to meet with the client or not? Remember that this sale is nothing like any other sale. You'll get a 5% commission money.
Yes, sir. I will make the sale.
That's great. You can go. I'll send you all the details you need. Why did she ask that question? Normally, no marketer asks why they should sell a product to a potential buyer, except they're suspicious of the product. Is there a chance she's aware that the estate is no longer in our possession? Especially since she was friends with Aaliyah. No. If she knew, she wouldn't accept the deal. After all, I remember where I met her and what she was doing. If she truly believes what she was proclaiming, then she has no business being fraudulent.
I feel terribly ashamed of myself already, even when I haven't engaged in the act. How much more when I'm guilty? No, I cannot do it. That is not who I am. I don't have to conform to this world to prove a point. It should be better that I lose my job and go, remaining in right standing with God, than become something that I'm not to keep my job. If I conform, how can I win people over? What boldness will I have to tell Aaliyah and others about Jesus? No. Mercy, you've been saved by grace to live in righteousness and holiness. I have no excuse to conform. I will not do it. Sir, I'm sorry, but I've changed my mind. I will not meet with the client today.
What? Why?
It seems there's a lot you're not saying concerning the estate, so I don't want to get myself involved with it.
Oh, I guess Aaliyah told you something. Well, forget about what she said. Just make the sale and take 10% instead.
I cannot do it. That does not align with my belief. I cannot defraud anyone.
You cannot disrespect me and still remain employed by me. I'm sure you do not want to go back to joblessness and shouting in the streets, but you'd better take it.
I do not mind shouting in the streets. It's my father's business. I'll not sell that property.
Hi, Robin. I'm sorry that I arrived a little late. I couldn't get any of my agents to meet with you this evening, and since the meeting had been fixed, I have to do it myself.
It's fine, and having you here is perfect. So, can we proceed to the business of the evening?
Of course. This is the property that was sent to your email. All the features you mentioned are available in it, and everything is intact. In fact, these units have been the best-selling units since this month, and you're lucky to be one of the buyers because the one you're about to purchase is the last.
Is that so? That's interesting.
If you have a family, which by your looks, I guess you do, your wife and children will love the home because it's family-friendly. How do you intend to pay for the home? Cash or check?
I have one last question before I pay for the home. Are you licensed to sell these homes?
Why would you ask me that? You are not the first person to buy a home in this estate. Are you trying to say that I've been doing illegal business?
I'm only trying to verify what I'm purchasing because the last time I checked, the government paid off your company for this estate and told you do the needful about the occupants so that in a few years, they'll use the area for their purposes.
The last time you checked with who? Where did you get that information? I don't even want to know. It's obvious that you're not here to buy any home. I'm leaving.
No, you will not step an inch. I am Robin of the CIA. We got intel that your company has been selling the same property that was purchased by the government instead of informing the people about the development and proposed demolition. So I was sent to come verify that, and so far, that's absolutely true. I have a recording of our conversation, and anything else you say will be used against you in the court of law. Mr. Kelvin, you're under arrest for fraudulent misrepresentation, extortion, and disobedience to government regulations.
In the news this morning, occupants and homeowners of the famous Mountain View estate have been thrown into panic since the arrest of Mr. Kelvin, the manager of the estate company that fraudulently sold homes to them, saying that they used their lives savings to make these purchases. Mr. Kelvin has been charged to court and is currently awaiting trial in police custody. People are now advised to disassociate from this company and anyone involved in it as they cannot be trusted. Thanks for listening.
I haven't recovered from the shock I got concerning the news this morning. What if I was the one making that sale? How would I pay back all the people that were involved when I knew nothing about it? How will I manage the shame and disgrace? A lot of what-ifs and hows. Thanks to you, Sheila. I thank God for using you to save me from backsliding and the consequences that comes with it. Thanks for always having my back and for correcting me in love without disrespect.
It's all right, sis. And concerning the job, I believe God has a wonderful plan for you. He'll give you something far better than what you had, just like he did with me.